So I finally watched a movie here in September, a new to me movie. I watched several movies. Uh, I rewatched several movies this month already, including on Thursday night, TCM. We were airing a tribute to Preston Sturges, and the three that were aired during prime time were ones I had seen before: The Lady Eve, the Sullivan's Travels, and The Palm Beach Story. And so I watched those, and I fell asleep almost during The Palm Beach Story. I managed to wake up to see the ridiculous ending. That's such a weird, amazing film. But we showed three more after I had to go to sleep because I had to go to work the next day. So I'm slowly watching those, and I'm going to watch them in the order they were released. So pretty soon, I think I'll have seen all of Sturges' film. I'll be missing a couple of his later ones. So this one was his first film. It's The Great McGinty. He'd been trying to get this film made as a film or as a story for years. No one was interested, and finally he convinced Paramount to buy it for $10 and then let him direct it. After having written several films, including Easy Living. So he got to direct this film, and it's a political satire about a man who, during the Great Depression, is a paid voter. So he's paid to vote multiple times all over the district with other various officials who are in the pocket who know, like, he gives a signal, they know he's on the take. They give him the fake name. He votes. He managed to do this 37 times. So the political boss who's sort of behind everything is super impressed and decides to hire him. And he works his way up. And eventually he becomes mayor. And then governor. But things go awry when he gets married and starts to actually fall in love with the woman that he marries and start to grow a bit of a conscience. And so that's sort of the film. It's told in a flashback narrative from a Banana Republic where he has been exiled after getting ousted. Supposedly for the one time he did something good in his life, caused him to lose everything. And he's trying to convince a man who has come down to the Banana Republic to sort of hide out after being a bad dude for one time in his life. And what I find interesting, and I'm sure this is what Sturges sort of meant, is the McGinty character is sort of a bad dude, but mostly out of survival. He's not really a terrible dude, whereas the guy he's trying to save the life of, and by telling him this story, who only did one bad thing his entire life, this banker, is probably actually kind of a dick, and was probably a terrible person the whole time, even though he's done everything right. I feel like that's part of what he was saying. There's also a lot being said about how all the parties are bought by everybody, and there's no good party, including reform parties. So it's very biting in its wit and its criticisms of pretty much everything and everybody. I actually really liked the female character, though. She was great. She was a secretary. She was very down to earth. She had a really interesting philosophy about the mobsters, and that, like, yeah, maybe they're taking money, but, like, they're spending the money, so it's going back to the people anyways. And it's like, whoa, economics. She was played by Muriel Angelus, and I don't think I've seen her in anything before. McGinty is played by Brian Donlevy. He's very good. And the boss is played by Akim Tamiroff, and he's always good. Like, you see his name attached, you know at least his scenes are going to be great. So, excuse me. Sturges won the Academy Award for Original Screenplay for this screenplay that took almost 10 years to manage to sell to anybody. And then started his amazing career. So, he had this streak that is like one of the best streaks in all of cinema. Hold on, where did it go? Great McGinty, Christmas in July, which is one of the ones I still haven't seen. The Lady Eve, Sullivan's Travels, Palm Beach Story, Miracle of Morgan's Creek, Hail a Conquering Hero, Great Moment. I haven't seen The Great Moment, so I don't know if that one's any good. Actually, I haven't seen The Hail a Conquering Hero either. That's one of the ones I'm watching tonight. And then he did The Sin of Harold Diddlebach, which is from the late 40s, early 50s, and has Harold Lloyd, and apparently it's a mess, and I'm excited to watch that. Unfaithfully Yours, which is really great. And then the last two films, The Beautiful Blonde from Bashful Bend and The French, They Are a Funny Race, are ones that I have not seen, and they're hard to find, so that's a bummer. But that streak of, like, McGinty, Christmas in July, Lady Eve, Sullivan's Travels, Palm Beach Story, Miracle on Morgan's Creek, Hail a Conquering Hero, like, that's a solid filmography right there. I'm hoping to find Christmas in July this year and get that one knocked out too. If you have not seen The Miracle of Morgan's Creek, that one is hilarious, and McGinty shows up, and it's very subversive in how they got, like, unwed pregnancy and all kinds of crazy shit past the censors. I will never know, but it's a great film, and you should watch it. So this was The Great McGinty from 1940, Preston Sturges' first film as a director. It's very good. I highly recommend